Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Natalie, and this is All Things Natalie, where we talk about fragrance, beauty, skincare, and more. Today I'm sharing the perfumes I wore last week, and it would be awesome if you could take the time to subscribe and like this video if you like more content like this. And let's get started. So the first scent I wore to bed, and I wore this a couple nights. This is Tangier Vanille by Aerin. This is a Play-Doh-y, kind of licorice-y, vanilla. I've been told this smells like Play-Doh. I think it also has like a tinge of licorice. It has a really juicy opening with bergamot, which is a type of citrus, and then it has some rose and then Madagascar vanilla in the base. It is a very beautiful but somewhat pricey perfume. I think this is technically considered niche, even if it is like a cosmetic company, like Estee Lauder, Erin Lauder, Guerlain, those kinds of houses. So this could be considered niche, but still, it is not cheap. But a very beautiful vanilla scent, very comforting. The next scent I wore is more uplifting, and this is CK Into You by Calvin Klein. This is a citrusy grapefruit, a tinge of floral, and then a cedar base with vanilla. I believe it has sugar in it too. I'm not really sure, but it does have a sugary quality. Even with all the freshness, it's a great out of the shower scent. It is an eau de toilette, so it doesn't last very long, but you can find it for really cheap online or at like a Ross or a Marshall's. The next scent I wore is another cheapie. This is Banana Republic Dark Cherry and Amber. I just have this sample and I'm almost done with it. It has a really juicy cherry opening. It's not very sour. It is like a dark cherry. And then it dries down and you get the florals, and it then gets that Baccarat Rouge type of DNA. It gets like musky and kind of like plasticky, kind of cotton candy, just that strange scent that is like the Baccarat Rouge DNA. It is really nice. That was dark cherry and amber. Some more samples I wore were from Anthropologie. I have 3 from their perfume sampler. The first one I wore was Golden Hour. This is by far my favorite, as you can see. This smells like white peach flesh. It has notes of white almond and cashmere musk, but I think it smells like white peaches. The next one I wore was Road Trip. This one also smells peachy to me. Initially, it has green apple and it smells like DKNY Be Delicious. And then after that, it smells kind of peachy and it has jasmine. The third one I wore was Beach Trip. This has ylang ylang and cardamom. This has kind of a dirty, sandy opening, but once it dries down, it smells like your skin after you wore sunscreen for like hours and hours, like at the very end of the day. It smells really good in the dry down. The next scent I wore to bed, and I did a layering combo. I wore Mmmm by Juliette Has a Gun, and I wore it with my lotion that I'm trying to use up. The original scent, Cherry Almond by Jergens. This was a really kind of nutty, powdery, slightly fruity combo because Mmmm has raspberry, and then the lotion has cherry, and then also almond. And Juliette Has a Gun Mmmm has heliotrope, which sometimes smells like almond. Sometimes it has like a lemony facet too, but not really in this perfume. But yeah, that was a really nice powdery bedtime combo. The next scent I wore is more of a daytime perfume. This is Alien Eau Extraordinaire by Thierry Mugler. This is the eau de toilette, and this is one of their summer versions. The bottle is really beautiful. This is like a citrusy out of the shower scent. It's kind of humid, but it's not too humid where it like suffocates me. At first, I thought it smelled like My Way, but now I think it smells different. But it is like a citrusy white floral, and it can get heady, so it is similar to My Way in that aspect. But yeah, I enjoy this, and I'll use up my sample. The next perfume I wore, and then I used it up. This is Ariana Grande REM. This is the travel spray. I used this up. I wore it to bed one night, and yeah, it's empty. I tried spraying it out a couple more times, and it's done. So I finished that. It's a nice lavender scent. Sometimes the musk can get a little odd, like industrial smelling. So if you have problems with musk doing that, be wary and definitely test it on skin first. The next scent I wore is Libre Eau de Toilette by YSL. This is a really nice perfume. It has orange flower, some lavender, and white tea. I really do like this. I'm considering getting a full bottle. It is just a very nice springy perfume, and I have been wearing it with Fairytale, which is an online exclusive at Bath & Body Works now, and they don't even carry the fragrance mist, but they do have the body care, which is in this really cute packaging. Also, I just noticed this on the packaging. There's a caterpillar. Like, I never noticed that. But anyway, this is a nice combo. There's added fruitiness with Fairytale because it has pomegranate, and I think I might purchase a full bottle of Libre. And Fairytale, if I found the mist, I might buy it because it is really nice. The next scent I bought recently and I wore it. This is Beyond Romance by Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren, one of those. The cap is this really pretty rose gold. This is a raspberry rose vanilla perfume. It is like a powdery raspberry vanilla, and it has a certain kind of vanilla called black vanilla, which I never heard of before. But yeah, it's cozy. It's a little bright because of that rose, but it's a nice scent. I believe this is discontinued because this is like a flanker, and then they just bring out different variations of the scent. But you can still find this at Ulta and Sephora, and they both have pretty regular sales, or at least sales coming up, so you could get this. I don't think they have a travel spray anymore. I think they have it on the Kohl's website, so if you have a Sephora in Kohl's, you should look for a travel spray if you are interested. And I believe that is all I wore. Actually, no. I have some more samples. I wore some more house samples. This is Tocca Colette. This is like an incensey citrus sandalwood. It smells too candle-like for me. And the other one I wore was Tocca Giulietta. This one has like tulips and vanilla orchid. It smells like you took a really nice shower. I heard about this from Amy Glam, and it is really nice. She describes it like you took the best shower of your life or something. It smelled really nice, but sometimes that stuff can give me a headache, so I'm gonna pass on a full bottle. And I did wear some more samples. I wore Kayali, which one is this? Eden Juicy Apple 01. This smells like a body spray to me, and yeah, it is not my favorite. It actually gives me a headache. The initial opening is really beautiful and like juicy, yummy, and then it dries down and it gets like really humid and like you're suffocating in the shower with this really strong like fruity smell. And the next one I wore was Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I retried this because Carmen Scentrix hauled this, and the second time I tried this, it smelled way better than the first. It smells much more creamy, so if you had the same problem and thought it was like too peppery, dry, oudy, try it again because it is way better now, at least in my opinion. And the last two I wore are pretty similar. They're both white floral dominant. This is Utopia Vanilla Coco 23. Which one is this? 21. If you can see what that is. This is just a sweet coconutty, creamy white floral scent. It's not my favorite. I'm not a big sweet coconut fan in fragrances. And the last one I wore, which is probably one of my favorite Kayali fragrances, even though none of them are particularly stellar to me. No offense, but none of them are really my vibe. And that is Kayali Deja Vu White Flower. Some people say this is like mature, but I think it is actually pretty nice. It has nectarine and then white florals and vanilla, so it's like sweet white floral, kind of fruity. I think it is beautiful if you like kind of fruit choulis and white floral dominant perfumes. So that was what I wore last week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for the next one. Bye!